Do you like improvising? Do you fear it a bit? Yeah. What is it that we fear about improvising? Is it playing the wrong notes? Is it not knowing the scales or arpeggios? Is it making mistakes? Is it maybe looking a little bit foolish? Now, I don't know about you, but one of the things I enjoy absolutely the most in life is improvising to music. I just love it. I mean, yeah, it's fun to play somebody else's canned solo as well. That's fine, but there's something about improvising, you know, making up your own melodies, being creative. But I make lots and lots of mistakes because A, I'm not really that good at it, and B, I just love to make things up on the fly. Now, one of the advantages of being over 40, yeah, over 40, try being over 50 by a lot, is that you're not supposed to be worried about what other people think, or not as worried, okay? So today I'm going to let it hang out there. I'm going to improvise, and I'm not going to worry about, will I make a mistake? Will I put in a cool lick here and there? Am I playing exactly the right scales? I'm not going to worry about that today. Now, Chris Buck recently published a video called Confession or something like that, where he talks about the pressure that he and other YouTubers and Instagram guitarists feel to play perfectly all the time. And it leads to literally hundreds of takes. Now, to me, honestly, that takes the joy out of playing, just saps it. And I think that's kind of sad and wrong. If you think about it, all of your favorite groups, all of my favorite groups anyway, the Stones, the Who, Led Zeppelin, Black Crowes, yeah, they practiced for sure, but they were also loose and they didn't play perfectly. And it's those imperfections, at least in my opinion, that makes that music so fresh even today. And when you see them live, you literally see a unique live show because they're playing differently. I think that means a lot. So in that spirit, today I'm going to leave myself hanging out there a bit to dry. I am going to improvise. I'm only going to do at most 3 cuts at this one. If it goes beyond 3 and I feel it's just too terrible to post, I'm not going to post. And it'll be a very short video. All right, well, I will see you on the flip side. After the video, I'm going to explain what I was thinking during my play so that maybe you can get something from that. All right, see you in a bit. All right, well, there it was, warts and all. It was a take two. It was the second take. The first take was not bad. It was actually pretty good. And I just decided to do a second. It was really hard to resist doing a third. But if I did a third, maybe I would have done a fourth. All right, well, let's check out a little bit what I was thinking. So what was I thinking during the solo? Well, not much, but I can share with you a little bit. Number one, you can't just play one scale. You can't just pick one scale and just wail on it without thinking. That you can't do. Maybe you could get away with, for a short while, a D minor pentatonic, but that's going to get old quickly. And quite frankly, playing a lot of bends and bluesy licks, not really going to cut it for this sort of smooth jazz, smooth pop, whatever you want to call it. So let's go to the chords to see if we can find a clue to the structure that we'll want to use. So the chords are D major 7, B minor 7, E minor 7, and A9. Then we do it again, D major 7, B minor 7, E minor 7, A9. Then we play F sharp minor 7 to B minor 7. And then we play something really interesting. G minor 7 to C 9. And then we're back on that normal thing. So those are the basic chords. Now the basic chords would lead us to think that in that beginning section, from the D major 7 all the way up to the F sharp minor 7, to the B minor 7, we can use the D major scale. We can think D major for all of that, over all those chords. It works. All works for that. However, over that last part, G minor 7 to C9, that's actually a 2-5 leading to an F major. So that's a 2-5 in a key of F major. So over those two chords, what we're going to do is we're going to switch to thinking about the key of F. So that's the basic structure. Over the beginning part, we're going to think key of D, and over those two chords, we're going to think key of F, and then we'll switch back to key of D. Now, but it's actually a lot easier, and what I was often thinking was just 2 triads. Over the first whole part, doesn't matter what the chord was, I was thinking the D major triad, and over that second part, over the B part, I was thinking the F major triad. Now I'm going to show you a little bit of a demo of both of these things, thinking scales and thinking those triads, and you'll see nicely integrated, okay? All right, let me demo a little bit of each of those methods. We're going to start with the scale method, okay? So let me get the backing track going, and I'll switch to camera B, and then I'll just kind of narrate over it. So we're going to start with the D major scale over the A part, and then F major over the B part. Okay, so that's it. Let's play a little bit more. All right, so there you go. In conception, that's not too tough. We play over the A part, we play the D major scale. Over the B part, we play the F major scale, and all is good. The problem is you really do have to know the scales pretty well, and there's other little things, like it's really helpful to land on a chord tone of the D when you're coming from that F major scale. So a lot of times you heard me play something like this. And I'll end up, that's a chord tone, that's the D root. Sometimes I'll end up on the third. That's the third, the F sharp. So some of those little things are helpful. Now, the second method seems like the harder method, But it's actually a lot easier because if you know your triads, it's really easy to hit a chord tone for each of those. Let me show you how that works. Okay, so over that A part, I'm basically just going to play D major triad. Over the B part, F major triad, okay? All right, well, I couldn't resist throwing in those scale tones as well as just those triad chord tones, but honestly, if you combine those two methods, use the scales and the chords can guide you where you want to go. It can make your play more melodic, even if you're just improvising. Yeah, you make mistakes once in a while, but that's life. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please click the like and subscribe if you haven't yet. But mostly, I hope that you got something out of it and that you feel like you can get more joy in improvising, because I'll tell you, it's just one of the most fun things that you can do in music. I love it more than just about anything else. And yeah, I hope that rubbed off. Okay, until next time, we'll see you on down the road.